Wagwan. What about narcissistic mothers? What about toxic mothers? What about envious mothers? What about unresolved mothers? Y'all are fried turkey.
You hate me so much that you're willing to off me behind a man that doesn't want you.
Hey guys, it's your girl Djena. Welcome back to another video. Please don't mind my chiquita banana look, okay? I didn't have time to do my hair, and this was the best that I can do for you guys today, okay? Thank you. We listen and we don't judge. Or we watch and we don't judge. We have an intense story to listen to. This one, please, if you are sensitive to domestic violence issues within family dynamics, especially mother-daughter dynamic, maybe skip this video because this one is quite intense, okay? So let's get into it. If you are new here, welcome. Stay, subscribe, and stay, okay? Why is my chair so vocal? Every little move I make, this chair is squeaking and squawking. I mean, I know I gained a little weight, but geez. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for coming back. Let's get into the story.
I do not talk to my biological mom because she plotted for months to off me because she thought I was sleeping with her baby dad. Let's get into the details. So some background information that you guys need to know is my parents split up when I was very young. My dad was remarried and having my little sister right before my 4th birthday, which was in 2002. My first memory literally is my stepmom walking to the house big as day pregnant with my little sister, and that is literally where my brain starts my life. So I don't remember life without my mom. And again, I call my stepmom mom. I call my biological mother my biological mother. My parents divorced when I was super young. These are the details that you guys are going to need for everything to make sense, right? My parents, when they were married, they had me and my brother. My mom has 4 children, which is my oldest sister, my brother, me, and then my baby sister on my biological mom's side. My dad has 5 children, which is my big brother, me, my 2 little sisters, my baby brother, right? 4 on this side with the bio mom, 5 on this side with my dad, but 2 of these people are the same people from that marriage. Keep that in mind. When my parents got divorced and my dad had my little sister, my bio mom immediately got pregnant by my stepdad and had her last child.
It's a competition. It's a competition of the baby mamas, okay?
Stepdad, I have known him all my life. I don't know life without him or whatever, so he's always been in my life just like my mom has always been in my life, and we go from there. The thing is, my stepdad was in jail majority of the time that I was growing up. So like I remember her taking us all the way to the jailhouse to go and see him. Between me and my brother is a mama's boy and I am a daddy's girl. Regardless of whatever was going on in my life, I only remember always wanting to be with my dad, around my dad, versus him always wanting to be around my mom, loves my mom down. She could do nothing wrong. Keep these details in mind. I tried to start talking to my mom my senior year, and that is a whole different story. If you guys want that, I will also trauma dump that as well. But senior year, I was like, you know what, like that's it. Like I'm over it. I'm off of it, right? But my brother is very adamant about family. You know, that's our mom. We only got one mother. The whole shebang, you know what they try to do. And he doesn't really like realize the situations that I'm in, because it's always painted out like I did something or I'm lying or I'm provoking or I'm doing something to warrant me getting the backlash that I was getting. So I'm going to take you to August of 2021. August of 2021, I was working at a car dealership, making the most money that I had ever made at that time, and I'm just living my best life, right? I go out of town to a getaway cabin. We are planning like me and my coworkers, we're gonna go swimming at our manager's house. It was a whole shebang, right? I'm staying in a getaway house with another girl, okay? I randomly get a text message from my mom, and she's like, I'm coming for you.
Are you guys following? Okay, I hope so. She's very descriptive of everything, so just hang in there, okay? Everything is gonna tie in together soon.
Coming for you and the rest. Let me see if I can put it on a green screen. I'm not too privy to how this works, but I get this text message up there saying, I'm coming for you and the rest. And I'm like, what? Like, are you okay? And she was like, you tried the wrong one, and so did he. Mind you, I went out of town, but it was like a 2-day out of town thing because we're going to a pool party. I'm with my coworkers. It's a fun thing. My brother also had gone out of town. So I'm thinking like, oh, like she's mad at us because we didn't tell her we were going out of town. Like, what's going on? So I'm texting her, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, stay there, I'm coming. I'm like, I'm not even in town. You don't even know where I'm at. I'm not even in town. And I'm like, what is going on? She's like, I know exactly where both of you are. I'm coming. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so like, I just replied with this. You're about to ruin my trip. I have no idea. Can you stop? And then she's like, oh, I'm about to do more than ruin your trip. And I was like, I don't know what has you in your feelings. And you guys can read all of this, right? And right here, she's like, you think a bitch? Like, really, she was trying to say, you think, bitch, I'll show you better. You don't have to reply. I'll be en route. Like, I'm en route. Bitch, let Joseph know. 2, like, mind you, Joseph is my brother's middle name. So I'm like, oh, she's mad at me and my brother. I call my brother. I'm like, hey, like, why is mom mad at us? And then it dawned on me that Joseph is also my stepdad's name. And thus, I start spiraling. She called me a nasty slut. I can't make this up. This is what my mom sent to my phone.
Imagine being called a nasty slut by your mom. Imagine you're innocently minding your business, getting ready to enjoy a weekend that you have planned with your friends, with your colleagues, or with whoever. You're young, you're, making money, you're fending for yourself, you're navigating life, you're trying to stay out of trouble. And out of nowhere, your mother calls you a nasty slut. Your mother. This is wild, but okay, let's keep going.
Being called a nasty slut by your mama is insane, but she said worse. She has said worse. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm on the phone with my brother, like, why is she so mad? Why is she so mad? He's like, I just talked to her. Like, she's not mad at me. Like, what's going on? Let me call her. So he calls her. Hang up the phone. He calls her. I don't know what their conversation was about. He told me what they said. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why is she mad at us? And when it dawned on me that she was talking about my stepdad, I was like, there's no way that this lady think I'm with my stepdad. Boom. My brother calls me back. He goes, he just sighs. He's like, Ida, just FaceTime me. Boom. FaceTime him. He's like, please do not tell me. I said, what are you talking about? Please don't tell me that she thinks that I'm with my stepdad. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, brother, look at where I'm at. I show him the room. I show him what I'm with, who I'm with. We're literally painting houses in this moment, like painting houses. And she's like blowing down my phone, talking like crazy. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of the woods. You have my location. She has an Android, so she doesn't have my location. She doesn't know where I'm at. I'm literally in the woods. I'm like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. And he tells me that when they were on the phone, that she was going off. She was like, yeah, she with Joseph. She with Joe. She with Joe. And he's like, what? And my older sister, her firstborn child, is in the car sitting shotgun with my mama to come and like do something to me. And my brother's like, why would you even think that? And she's like, I've been trying to tell you for months. That, I needed to talk to you. But you ain't want to hear me. You ain't want to listen. Da, 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 da. She with Joe and I'm gonna go handle. Da, 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 like going off, right? And my brother asked my older sister and was like, why would you even let mom go do something like that? Why would you let her go do something like that? And My older sister's response was, well, something is a little off because anytime he came to Houston, he stayed at her house. Let me explain this to you.
Please.
He was in jail for like 15 plus years, right? When I left and I moved back to Houston, I only lived in affluent neighborhoods close to my dad, Katy, Upper Cypress, only lived in affluent places. You lived on Gulf Bank in a one-bedroom apartment. Why would he be staying over there when he knows that he can't even be in that area? He told his people, his PO people, don't know what the words mean.
Parole officer.
She called, she asked, hey, is he going to be staying there? Da-da-da-da-da. I said, yes. Boom. The first time he ever came home and he stayed at my apartment, I stayed at my boyfriend's house with his family. He stayed at my apartment by himself. I left him a key under the bath. That's it.
Good girl.
The second time, I was living downtown in a 4-story house. The video's up on YouTube somewhere of the house, right? I've never been alone with this man. Oh, well, he stayed at her house, so something got to be going on. Is there something in the air? Is she Bluetoothing stupidity? Like,
is she Bluetoothing stupidity? Oh, I'm about to get that tattooed on myself. That was fire.
I couldn't understand it. So my brother hangs up with her, calls me back. He asks to see the room, whatever. According to my biological mom, her youngest daughter said that I was sleeping with her dad. The lie was so crazy that it was insane. She said that, I had seen that he sent Ida money on Cash App talking about I love you, baby. I didn't use Cash App at the time. I only started using Cash App when I started going to the clubs. At that time, I could show my brother all of my transactions on Cash App in one screenshot back to 2018. This is 2021.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, just send me a screenshot of your Cash App. I sent him a screenshot of my Cash App. My phone number's been the same, and Cash App is attached to your phone number. You see all of it. You can't delete a transaction on Cash App. The man never sent me money. I never asked him for money. We literally, it was just so chaotic. I was just like, I've never given anyone reason to think that I was with this man. Lo and behold, my brother's like, I don't know what's wrong with this lady. And it dawned on me that she's getting upset that my stepdad got out of jail and she saw him. She wanted to pick up where they left off, whatever. Mind you, she left him when he was in jail. She left him when he was in jail. And boom, go from there to he doesn't want to be with you because he's like seen the way that you behave, seen how you've turned out. And as much as he loves you, he doesn't want to be with you and he's moving on. That upset her so much that like she's like mad. Not you think that I'm sleeping with him. The dude got a whole girlfriend. He has a whole girlfriend. At this point, me and my brother are just dumbfounded, right?
I would be dumbfounded as well. I mean, that's a lot. That's really a lot. All in a day's work, huh? My goodness.
Part 2 of I don't talk to my mother because she tried to off me because she thought I was sleeping with her baby dad. Okay? So at this point, my brother is like, May, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, sorry for what? He's like, she had been calling me and asking me for my second for like a few months. And I told her that I was going out of town for this training. And she just kept asking me to leave with her. And, you know, she was going through some stuff or like she had some situations to handle. Like she really needed it. Da, 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 da. My brother thus starts.
Oh my God.
I said, you mean to tell me that she was asking you to give her the tools to come in? Me? My brother starts crying and I literally tell him, this is what I've been trying to tell you for years. The lady doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to her. I'm not even nowhere close to being with this man. Nowhere close to being with this man. And it takes her asking you for the tools to me that you're finally seeing it. You have a distorted view of this lady. Me and you, we might have been around each other, had the same mom, had the same dad, but I'm telling you, your experience with her and my experience with her, two totally different things, right? So now in my head, I'm sitting there right before a pool party and I'm like bawling my eyes out.
I can imagine.
I'm bawling my eyes out in front of a coworker, and it's like, I could do nothing and she will still find some reason to hate me or still find some reason to come at me. Come to find out, she went around to her entire side of the family and was telling them, oh yeah, she's sleeping with Jeff. She's sleeping with him.
She's just out here tarnishing your name for no reason. This is wild.
My older sister is co-signing it. Her youngest child is the reason that it started. So the three of them, I was like, yeah, nah, y'all are fried turkey. Can't do it, can't, right? And I just left it at that. Like, I'm over it.
Y'all are fried turkey.
It's done. I don't want to deal with it no more, whatever, right? Again, I was working at the car dealership. I had already got a new car. She doesn't know what my car looks like. So I feel like I'm in a cool, right? At that time, my mom lived straight down the street from my apartment in Katy. Straight down the street. I think that it probably would have.
That's a little too close. Like, I'd be shitting myself. I can't lie. I'd be so scared for this person who I just found out is trying to get a pound to pound me off, like living down the street. I'd be so scared.
Only taken her like 8 minutes to get to my apartment. So I just told my brother, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. There's no coming back from it. I don't care. You went around telling these people I'm a nasty slut. You're saying this, you're saying that. And I didn't even do nothing to you. And I sat there asking God, like, why is she acting like this towards me? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And it finally, like, the blindfolds come off my brother's eyes and says, like, she's just envious and jealous of you. You know that you guys look just alike, and she sees so much of what she could have been in you that, like,
she's just envious and jealous of you. You guys look alike, and she sees so much of what she could have been in you. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
The only way, his exact words were, you know that he doesn't want to be with her. And the only thing that makes sense in her mind is that he wouldn't want to be with her and he would be with you because you're the younger version of her, a better version of her, a more successful version of her. And that's why it makes sense to her. It doesn't make sense in reality. It doesn't make sense in reality. So I cried the rest of the day. I ended up going to the pool party and getting drunk. I just had to get it off, right? So I returned back to town that Monday after work. So I'm there. I'm like not really thinking too much about it, but like I'm thinking about it, and I drive home. Why, when I get home, my mom's sitting at my apartments? Like,
God forbid. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh my God.
Literally sitting, the car's there, and she's walking around smoking a cigarette. I pull up, I said, is that my mama? Is that mama? Oh, no. So I didn't even go home that day, right? I told my boyfriend,
I wouldn't either.
This is what's going on. The lady's outside the apartment and he's not really taking it serious. He's like, yeah, okay. I said, no, go look downstairs. The lady is outside the apartment. I don't know what she has. I don't know what she has going on, but come to find out, she had been planning this for months, right? And the only reason she knew I was out of town was because I had my friend watch my dog for the 2 days. And when she was on the phone with my friend was like, oh yeah, like I'm walking the dog. She's like, why are you walking her dog? She's like, oh, because she's out of town. And she assumed me being out of town meant that I was going to go be with him.
Wild.
Hung up on my friend, started blasting off on my phone. Sometime during that week, my stepdad calls my phone. He's like, hey, May, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know why she's acting like this. I don't know why she's tripping out like this. I don't know where she got that from. I'm so sorry. And I'm in Michael's crying on the phone. I'm like, I didn't do nothing to this lady. I didn't do nothing to this lady. Me and you have no relationship, and you know that, and she knows that, and there's no way. And when I told him that his daughter said that this, like, she's the person that told my mom that, and my mom just believed it, he was like, I don't know what is going on with these people. Like, I don't know. And he starts crying on the phone. I'm crying. He's crying. We're all in Michael's crying on the phone. And he's like, if you don't want to talk to me, if you don't want to have no relationship with me, if you want to keep your distance from me because of this, I totally understand. I won't, anytime I come back to Houston, I won't reach out to stay at the house. Like, thank you for even like opening up your space and being there to help me do so. But we're just gonna cut it where it's at, right? And it broke him because when he did come back from jail, he was saying, like, I sent you a birthday card every year. I said, I don't even recall getting a birthday card since like 6th or 7th grade. At this point, I'm 23. And he's like, wow. No, I went to every year until I got out. And then when I did get out and I was reaching out to people, I was reaching out to try to find y'all's information so that I could get in contact with you guys. Mind you, my mother was the person that cut that off, right? And she just keeps being adamant about them being together, and he's adamant about not wanting to be with her for his own reasons. Has nothing to do with me. And so she tripped. She tweaked it out. Hands up, don't shoot. The main thing that really like scared me with this story was she lives down the street from me. She had been plotting on this for months. Months. You mean to tell me that you were going to ask my brother for the tool to off his only sister with the same mother, same father? Lock her up! And I know you guys are going to ask, like, well, what did your dad say? Right?
Yeah.
Dad. I told my dad about the story, and he started laughing. He's like, no way. I said, no, Daddy, like, she really, really, really thinks that. He goes, this is exactly why I had to get away from her. And I'm like, dude, like, this woman wants to off me. The lady wants to off me, Dad. He's like, oh, well, you can either go to the cops or you can stay at the house because, you know, she can't get into the neighborhood, but just leave her be, leave her where she's at. A lot of people don't understand. Like, when I told them the story, like, oh, she wasn't gonna do that. The lady was sitting outside of my house. Prior to this whole situation, she could have knocked on my door and offed me, and I wouldn't have known.
For the people saying, oh, she wouldn't do that. So what was she doing outside of her house then? Maybe she didn't go with the full intention of offing her, but with her temper, the way that it was, with the emotions super high, with everything going on, it could have ended fatally. So for the people who are taking this too, like, I don't know, too calmly, like, I feel like her dad was way too nonchalant. How are you going to say, oh, you know, maybe you can call the police or, you know, just stay away from, you're way too nonchalant for the security of your child, especially when you're telling your child, you see, this is the reason why I had to leave her. So you know that this woman is problematic. Your child is telling you that she fears for her life, and you are taking it so calmly, like, no, honey, you know, just stay away from her. No, call the police. Like, come on, we need you to be a little bit more proactive than that. Are you not the protector of this child?
Dawned on me that, like, at this point, you hate me so much that you're willing to off me behind a man that doesn't want you. Yeah, there's no reason for me to talk to you. There's no reason for me to even try to force or get you to take accountability or try to make a relationship when there is none. As far as my sisters that she's had on her side, I don't deal with them either. Any chance those sisters get to talk crap about me, talk down on me, say that I'm this, say that I'm that, say that I feel like I'm better, say this, that, and a third, they take it. So y'all stay over there, stay over here.
You know, the sister saying that she thinks that she's better, she thinks that she's this and that. People will always say that when you set boundaries, when you know your worth, and when you elevate. When people see you doing well for yourself, but you're not entertaining their shenanigans, they start labeling you, they start judging you, they start, trying to taint your image. She acting like she all of that. Is she though? She's focused, she's trying to make her money, she's trying to change her life for the better. And she's not entertaining your bullshit. So that's what's making her act like she's better?
I know that it's not good to harbor unforgiveness. I've prayed about it. And I never, ever, ever prayed and said, God, change her. I said, reveal yourself to her, Lord, and soften my heart. Soften my heart. Because I know that we do not fight against flesh and blood, but against demons and principalities. And the demons that she's battling, I can't fight them. All I can do is pray that you reveal yourself to her and you deal with your child how you deal with your child. And for me, because I know it is wrong to harbor unforgiveness, soften my heart. And until he softens my heart, I prayed the prayer. I prayed the prayer. And until he softens my heart, I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I'm going to stay on this end.
I feel like the world doesn't really, we don't really talk about mother wounds. We tend to focus more on absent fathers, on, domestically abusive fathers, on, just the bad dad, the dad that went for milk and never came back, the deadbeat dad that doesn't contribute to anything. We focus the spotlight on the dads. But what about narcissistic mothers? What about toxic mothers? What about envious mothers? What about unresolved mothers? What about negligent mothers? Enduring abuse from the number one person that's meant to love you in this world is crazy work. I feel so sorry for this young lady. I mean, as a mother myself, I cannot imagine my children ever feeling this way towards me. That would break my heart, especially when I'm trying to do so much better for them than what I got. Not to say that what I got was bad, but I'm just like, I can do even better for them. I can't imagine the whirlwind of emotions that this young lady battles with on the daily. Because even when you try to do better for yourself, you move out of that situation. You distance yourself from that whole situation, and you try to better yourself. You still feel that loss or that absence of that one true love that you should have, because the love of a mother is incomparable to any other love. We all came from a mother, so I think at the end of the day, the most seeked out love that that human beings have is that of a mother. Maybe people don't, maybe you might not agree with me, but this is my take on it, okay? And I'm not saying that I'm right, but this is what I feel like. I feel like everyone craves the love, support, tenderness from their mother. Eventually with life, if we are unfortunate to not have it, we learn to deal with it. But that loss will always be there. That thought will always be at the back of your mind. No matter how much you heal, no matter how much you've made peace with the situation, you will always feel that little nudge somewhere. We don't focus on mothers and why mothers can be abusive to their children, especially their girls. In fact, in history, we have seen mothers be so loving of their boys, of their male children, and very dismissive, very abusive towards their, or not necessarily abusive, but dismissive of their girls, of their female children. They put their boys in this pedestal, and the girl is just trotting along. And I think this is such toxic behavior, because this is what then breeds the type of men who are misogynistic, who are spoiled, who are immature, who are, the list goes on and on. I think one of the reasons why a mother could be abusive to her daughter can be mental health issues, especially when you come from the Black community, because I feel like a lot of people in the Black community have undiagnosed mental health conditions, like a personality disorder, or you can have something, you could be going through depression, and people don't understand why you're behaving the way you're behaving. Meanwhile, you need help, and maybe the person doesn't even realize what they're doing, but they're doing it. And it's affecting the recipient, which in this case is the daughter. Maybe the mother also has like unresolved trauma, maybe from her childhood. So in her mind, she's doing so much better for her daughter than what was done to her. But then I don't think the way that she treated this daughter is the way she treats the eldest daughter, the son, and the youngest daughter. So clearly she has a vendetta towards this daughter. And from what the brother said, she sees herself in her daughter, which means this is a competition. This is envy. This is jealousy. You know, the mother's clearly envious of her daughter. The mother sees everything she could have been in her daughter, and she sees the focus, determination in her daughter, the resilience. She probably has done so much to the daughter, but the daughter keeps going. The daughter keeps trying to better herself. You even hear in the daughter's speech, in the way she talks, like she's trying to, you know, like she's trying to change her tones. She's trying to change her mannerisms. She's trying to level up, and the mother is not there, and the mother maybe doesn't even know how to, and so she is meant like secretly or subconsciously competing with her daughter, and that's what frustrates her. The mother's probably looking at her life. She's had 3 different, you know, baby dads. The last one that she rushed to have a child with because her ex-husband had a child with his new partner doesn't reciprocate those feelings towards her, so she's feeling like, I don't know, she's feeling crusty. Maybe this mom lacks emotional regulation. Like maybe she gets angry, she gets frustrated, she gets stressed out. Because I mean, imagine how this woman is not going to be stressed. You have 3 different fathers of children. I don't know what her economic situation is, but the girl is saying that she's doing so much better than her mom. So that kind of gives us an idea. How is she not going to be stressed? How is she not going to be frustrated? And that frustration has to be released. And I think the daughter is the scapegoat. And maybe this was the one child that didn't really, I don't know, like didn't bow down to her, didn't kiss her feet in a way, for lack of a better word, better term. So that's who she released her anger and frustration on. The girl did say that her brother was a mama's boy, so the brother gravitated towards the mom regardless, but the daughter was a daddy's girl, so she gravitated towards her dad. And I think the mother like resented her for that, especially the fact that she liked her stepmom and she was so close to her stepmom. I just feel like there has to be a certain level of maturity to handle your partner moving on with his life. And I guess at that time she was hurt by what her ex-husband did to her, so she needed her daughter to side with her against the husband and his new person. But because she is so problematic, the daughter probably found an alliance in the dad and the new person, and so this is what created resentment. This is what created rivalry between them. Obviously, these are just my theories. Only they know what really happened. I'm so happy though that you are changing your narrative. I'm so happy that you are changing the story. I'm so happy, young lady, that you had the sense to distance yourself from that environment. Not just your mother, but the sister who is your mother's right-hand man, and the little sister instigator. I'm not gonna call her anything else, but she's a little fire setter, you know? And it always be little kids that start some nonsense. I remember when my kids were going around telling people that I was pregnant because I gained weight and my belly was real round. My kids were really going around telling folks that I was pregnant. For the mother to just believe what the daughter said and start plotting, and your mother plotted to kill you, that is crazy. I feel like if I thought my mother was trying to kill me, I would be so hurt. Like so irreconcilably hurt. Mothers like that, when they lose control of their children, you know, like I feel like this is another reason as well that she is the way that she is, because she likes to have control and dominion over those around her, and she has a good control over the older daughter and the youngest daughter. But because she's not able to control you the way that she's able to control others around her, that's what causes a threat for her. Your success is a threat for her. So my advice to you, young lady, is to keep going, keep elevating. In Portuguese, we have a saying, dar bufetada sem mãos. Literally translated is like you slapping somebody without hands. In other words, prove them wrong. The best revenge you're going to get on your mother is your success. Just keep working on bettering yourself, keep working on improving yourself, and baby girl, please heal. I feel like mentally you are doing well from what it seems. But I hope that at some point, if you haven't already, because I don't know, but maybe you have, I hope that at some point you seek therapy, you seek help, you seek support from those who love you genuinely. May that be your sibling, your father, your stepmom, who you said is very close to you, and caring friends. Seek support from outer resources like YouTube, podcasts, women who have endured similar things. There's a podcast called The Black Mother Wound, specifically directed to Black women who have mother wounds, because, ours just be a little bit deeper than the usual mother wound, okay? It is full of emotional baggage and historical baggage, but seek methods of healing. Speak about, and I'm so happy that you're speaking about it too, because this is a way of therapy for you. Speaking, putting it out there, and hearing words of encouragement from people to validate your experience, because sometimes after you've gone through something, you look back and you think, am I crazy? Like, was it me? Did I do it wrong? Like, even though you know that you are the victim in the situation, but I'm so happy that you are speaking about it. Continue to speak about it. There might be other young ladies in the world out there that need to hear this, that are going through what you've already escaped from, and listening to you and hearing your story will give them the knowledge to navigate what they're going through, or to know that they need to get out, to recognize what's going on, to give them strength to carry on until they're able to escape. Thank you for sharing your story. Honestly, I really wish that your dad did more for you and your stepmom. I didn't hear anything about your stepmom, even though you speak so fondly of her. I have a stepmom, and my stepmom don't play when it comes to me. If somebody tried me, like, my stepmom would be there. We have history. It wasn't always smooth sailing like this, but over the years, we have grown a connection and a bond. I call my stepmom mommy as well. And my stepmom don't play about me. If something like this was happening, my stepmom would whoop my mom's behind. You get what I'm saying? So where is your stepmom in all of this? I know that you love her so much, but where is she? She couldn't just say, oh, I'll let your father handle it, because your security is at stake here. Your life was at stake here. So someone needed to have your back a little bit more than just saying, oh, go to the police, or this is why I separated from her. I wish people did more for you in this time. Where was your boyfriend? Why didn't your boyfriend roll up to the house with you to tell your mom, like, wagwan? What are we doing? I see you have other videos as well where you talk a bit more candidly about the abuse that you endured in the hands of your mother. Oh my God, I actually have to include this video. Well, no, I'm not going to include it because otherwise this video will be very long, but her mom beat her because for her 8th grade graduation, her mom gave her some dress to wear to cross the stage, the graduation stage. And the dress was like an off-shoulder situation, and they weren't going to let her walk with that dress. So luckily a friend came through and gave her an alternative dress that she was able to wear last minute and cross. When she got home, the mother said, oh, for real? Oh, what I have is not good enough. So it's like you're showing your mom that everything about you is better than her, that even her choice of clothes for you is not good enough for her, and she can't handle that rejection. In a sense, I think your mom feels rejected by you. Her ego was hurt, and so her mom ripped into her, beat her for what she says was like an hour and a half, or maybe it felt like an hour and a half, to the point that she could barely lay down because her bottom was raw. And then later on come around and ask her if she can have her drink. Like, this level of toxicity is crazy. I want to think that your mom is a narcissist, but I think with your mom's situation, it goes a little bit beyond narcissism. I think there's some sort of imbalance mentally there. Okay, I really think that this could be a personality disorder. Like, maybe your mom is bipolar or schizophrenic or something along those lines, but it can't just be just narcissism. Because I think if it was just narcissism, it would have stayed verbal and emotional. Like, the abuse would have been verbal and emotional. But for the abuse to have become so physical, something's gotta give. Your mom has it out for you because you are everything she wanted to be. And instead of embracing and feeling proud of herself that you've become what you are, thanks to her, because she brought you here, she has it out for you, like she's competing with you. And it's so sad. But this shows me how strong you are. Because if your sister's not fighting with your mom, that means that your sister is your mom's puppet and your mom has her in full control. The big one and the little one, your sisters. So for you to be the black sheep means that you're standing your ground and you're setting boundaries. Set boundaries, babe. Stay as far away as you possibly can from all of them if need be. Visit your dad and your mom when necessary, your brother as well. Keep your brother close. But aside from that, just elevate. Focus on bettering your life. You guys, let me know your commentary down below. Have you been through something like this? Did you have to set distance between you and a parent? How was it? How are you now? What happened? If you feel like you want to talk about it. This is crazy, and it's something that we turn a blind eye to, but I think is more common than we ever think. Like, especially now where we have social media and people are so vocal about their experiences. It's bringing awareness and people are putting their feet down. This is happening in my family right now, you know? And for us that are not directly involved, like the A and B, we are deceased, sitting ourselves out. We are affected as well, because we're all supposed to be one family. But in order for this to be fixed, people have to put their egos down, to admit their wrongs and their shortcomings, and people have to apologize. But not everybody is at that level of self-awareness, because everyone wants to be right. Everyone is self-righteous. And my battery's about to die. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay. I lost my humor in this video. I'm sorry, because this was really serious. But we'll be back next week. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
To the person that pinned me against the wall and told me I was going to be nothing but a $5 prostitute. To the other person that told me I was going to be a teen mom. To the one that didn't bother asking me if I was going to get an education. To the ones that laughed at the fact that I was in the projects. To the ones that cursed my father's lineage. To the same ones that didn't think I was going to amount to anything. Turns out God had different plans. God had different plans. I am 26, degreed up, homeowner, veteran. Everything I own is in my name, credit just right. God's mercy is truly, truly, truly upon my life. So to you, to every demon, to every naysayer, I just say you bet on the wrong team. You bet on the wrong person. Because defy the odds. Defy the odds. With honors. With honors.